Hello Boro fans, it's Joe from Boro Fan TV and this is the preview for the upcoming game on Saturday the 18th of July with a 3 PM kick-off as the Boro take on Cardiff City in the Sky Bet Championship at the Riverside Stadium. Now, 2 games left to go and it looks positive. It could very well be possible that we could secure safety in the Championship next season after that 2-1 win away at Reading on Tuesday night. I mean, it was a crucial result, it was what we needed. And it's something to build upon going into these last 2 games. But knowing that a point can technically, mathematically secure our place in the Championship for next season. And the win at Reading proved as well we could do just that. Obviously, we got off to a rocky start with Liam Moore heading Reading ahead around the half an hour mark. And we managed to equalise just before half-time through a bullet header from Ashley Fletcher. And then second half, we eventually got the winner about 10 minutes before the end of the game through Patrick Roberts, his first goal for the club. And it was a crucial 3 points needed for Neil Warnock's men, and eventually they got it. Now, onto our last home game of this season. Neil Warnock going up against his previous employers, which he parted company with back in November. And obviously we heard the news just before the Reading game, in fact, that we've lost Ryan Shotton. He's left the club after his contract was terminated. There was a lot of mixed feelings about that, Boro fans, because there was claims that he was injured, after the Bristol City game, and he didn't want to risk getting injured for the remaining games. And it was one of those where he was technically, going at the end of the season anyway. He was going to run to the end of his contract, and Neil Warnock obviously did his best to persuade him to stay, but obviously Ryan Shotton didn't want to prevent further injury, so he decided to leave. So there's been mixed feelings going along the Boro fans, he shouldn't have done that when we needed him most with the lost fixture centre-backs that we have in a minute. But to be fair though, Anthony Dijksteel against Reading did well to fit in that position. With Brendan Fry. I mean, it could work well from the lead up going into these last 2 games, but we'll have to see going on for there. Let's go into our opponents now. Cardiff City, they're a team that are currently chasing the playoffs. As it stands, they're currently in the playoff position only by 2 points, with other teams struggling around for these last 2 games to get into the playoffs. Obviously, the likes of Swansea, Millwall, Bristol City and Preston are all striving to get into that last playoff spot, which are obviously going to be going into the playoffs along with Nottingham Forest, Fulham, and whoever comes out on the bottom 2 between Brentford and West Brom. But obviously, like I said, Neil Warnock left there back in November, and he was replaced by Neil Harris, who they brought in from Millwall. And he's turned them into a real oil machine going into there, challenging for them last spot for the playoffs. And he can do it as well with the players that he's got in his locker as well. He's got the likes of Josh Murphy, Junior Hoylett, Robert Glatzel, and obviously Leandro Bacuna as well. He can cause a threat from set pieces. Nathaniel Mendez-Lang, Joe Rawls, and he's got 3 former Boro players in his ranks as well. Obviously, they've got Joe Bennett in there as well as Lee Tomlin, who we all know about as well. And we cannot forget about Uncle Albert himself, Albert Adoma, who is there at the moment. He's currently there on loan from Nottingham Forest. So they can cause a threat, Cardiff, as they proved, in the reverse fixture back at the Cardiff City Stadium, where they beat us 1-0, but they dominated throughout that game. They obviously got the goal, obviously, through an Ashley Fletcher own goal in the 2nd minute. So it's a tough one, Boro fans. It really is a tough one. Some people say, our points can mathematically secure our place in the league, in the Championship for next season. I mean, a win or draw could do it, in my opinion, but we need to do it. We need to do it at this game, despite the fact that they're challenging for the playoffs. I don't want it to go to the last game when we go to Chef Wed. So if it was ever a time to be done, it has to be done in our last home game of the season. Just don't let it go to the last game, whatever you do, because the nerves are going to kill me for that. Anyway, let us know your thoughts and predictions going into this game, Boro fans, by liking, sharing and subscribing as always, and leaving your comment below on your thoughts and predictions going into the game. And our social media links will be in the description below as well. Until then, Boro fans, I've been Joe from Boro Fan TV, and I will see you on the next preview video. Take care, and up the Boro.